Very important story now, Jeff.
Yeah. So one day, David called his commander Joab to him, and he wanted David to go out and count all the people. And David's intention was to figure out the potential size of his army. And Joab knew that, and he knew it wasn't the Lord's will for him to do that. And so he begged David to not do it. But David had made up his mind. So he sent out Joab to all the towns, and Joab went from town to town with his army, counting the people that were ready and able to fight, the men that were ready and able to fight. And he came back to David with a report, and he said, "You have 1,300,000 men ready to fight." Now David knew immediately he'd done something wrong. And so he went before the Lord and he cried and he said, "Lord, I've done a foolish thing. Take this sin away from me. Forgive me of my sin." Well, the Lord sent a word to a prophet, and the prophet came to David. And he said, "The Lord's given you 3 choices, and you must choose from them. You can have 3 years of famine that will ravage the land. You can have 3 months of defeat at the hands of your enemy. Or you can have 3 days of plague." And David said to the prophet, "All these things are horrible. But if I have to choose between any of them, I will choose to suffer at the hand of the Lord, for he's merciful instead of the hand of man." So the Lord sent the angel out throughout the land, and 70,000 people died. And as the angel was approaching Jerusalem, the Lord commanded it to stop. And at that time, the angel was hovering over the threshing floor of Araunah, the Jebusite, the exact spot where Abraham had offered up Isaac, his son, to the Lord. Now David saw that the angel was there over Jerusalem, and he went before the Lord and he said, "Lord, it's I who've sinned. These innocent people shouldn't be punished for what I've done. Punish me and my family and spare them." Again, the word came to the prophet, the word of the Lord came to a prophet. And he went to David and he said, build an altar to the Lord on this threshing floor." And so David went immediately to Araunah, and Araunah saw him coming and he bowed before David, his king. And David said to him, "I wish to purchase your threshing floor that I might build an altar to my God and sacrifice here, that the plague may be stopped." And Araunah said, "You're my king. Everything I have is yours. Take the threshing floor. Take this wood and my oxen and build an altar to the Lord and sacrifice to your God, and the Lord bless you. But it is yours, free, no charge." But David said, No, I will pay you full price." He said, "I won't offer to the Lord." I won't offer to the Lord something that costs me nothing. So David purchased the threshing floor and the wood and the oxen, and he built the sacrifice. He sacrificed to the Lord there on the threshing floor, and the Lord was pleased with the sacrifice, and he sent fire down from heaven and consumed it. And he said to the angel, "Stop," and the plague was stopped. Now David continued to sacrifice to the Lord there on the threshing floor, where he said, "This is the temple of the Lord."
Good job, Jeff.